It's awfully hot in here.
I think we should. No, no, no. It takes two to open the door.
This module will cover the deployment of the emergency slides. It's something that we at Prospect and the airlines as a whole do not condone. So we have implemented a program of Monitor and Challenge to make sure that the evacuation slides on the aircraft doors are not accidentally deployed. Monitor and Challenge is what we have in place here. Takes two individuals to ensure that the door is disarmed. Just to give you a little synopsis as to what you will be facing as the new employees, here's just a different type of aircraft that you will have exposure to when you're working. When you are on that aircraft, you will be, for the most part, cleaning inside the aircraft, from the flight deck to the galleys, to the main cabin, to the lavatories. To give you just a little synopsis as to how the evacuation slide works, when that aircraft is boarded with passengers, and when they push the aircraft away from the terminal, the flight attendants are required to arm the doors. Okay, they will put the doors in the armed position, meaning in the event there's an emergency, the flight attendant will open the door and a slide will deploy where the passengers can slide down and evacuate the aircraft. Now, once the aircraft comes back to the gate, it is the flight attendant's responsibility to disarm the door. And on the doors, there are levers. It says armed or disarmed. Now, for the most part, they do disarm the doors. But, however, there's always some variables that occur where a mechanic might be working on the door, the flight attendant might forget to disarm the door. So, therefore, we have a process in place to ensure that we do not accidentally open that door. So, going back to the aspect of when the aircraft comes in, okay, please remember, do not open that door because it could be armed. If the door is armed and the door is open, that slide will deploy in a matter of seconds. So once it's deployed, it could cause very serious injury and possibly even death. Employees are working around the aircraft. Because envision, the aircraft now comes in. Okay? Once it comes in, everybody gets around the aircraft. So when that slide deploys, it falls to the ground, inflated. You talk about a tremendous amount of weight when it goes on there. So if there's anyone below, it will fall on them. So that's why it's a very, very serious situation to making sure that we never open the door from the inside unless we're trained to make sure that the door is disarmed. So when that slide deploys, before that aircraft can go into service, maintenance has to be conducted on it just to fix that slide. So you're talking about a cost of approximately $25,000 to $50,000. So going to where we're going to prevent possible aircraft deployment of the emergency slide, we have implemented a process called Monitor and Challenge. Any individual that is going to be qualified to be a challenger or operator of a door will receive either a black badge for the lanyard or they will have a red badge. Now, any individual going through or receiving these badges will go through training by an authorized trainer for Prospect that is familiar with the carrier and the operation of the doors. The video will be seen, that carrier's video will be seen of every type of aircraft, and there will be actual hands-on of each type of aircraft to ensure that the monitor and the operator know how to open that door and recognize the fact that it is in the armed or disarmed position. No one else is to open any doors from the inside.
Here's a demonstration of how the Monitor and Challenge procedure should work. Both individuals will go to the door that needs to be opened. Please keep in mind that you may need to use the side access panel on some aircraft before beginning this procedure. The door operator points to all indicators and says aloud, "Door is disarmed." The Monitor and Challenger points to all indicators and says, "Door is disarmed, verified." The door operator then says, "Opening door," but the door operator must wait for the monitor and challenger to agree. The monitor and challenger then says, "Yes, open door." Only at this point does the door operator actually open the door. The procedures for various aircraft may differ. For example, U.S. Airways expressly prohibits any prospect employees ever touching the middle aircraft door.
Monitor and challenge. Monitor and challenge is what we have in place here. Takes two. Takes two individuals to ensure that the door is disarmed. But always, always, even when you open the door from the outside, open it a little bit to check it, make sure that there isn't anything below, or there's anything preventing from the inside open that door. Don't just automatically whip it open thinking that everything is fine. Now, as relative to the monitor and challenge piece, in the event that you have to open the door, you can always ask a mechanic that's certified, obviously, to work on the aircraft. You can always ask them, "Can you open the door for me?" If they open up, they open that door. But you do not open the door. Okay? We're entrusting you to follow the training protocol that's been established here. Okay? We're not asking you to run independently. It takes two. Okay? Consider it as a marriage. Okay? It takes two. Relying on one another to make sure that we're all working safely.
Everyone has a responsibility to make sure that we prevent careless mistakes from endangering lives and property. If you do open an aircraft door and deploy a slide, this is cause for you to lose your job. It's important to remember that mistakes can happen. There have been cases in which the operator has said, "The AC door is disarmed, I am opening the door," but the challenger has said, "Stop, the door is still armed, do not open the door." Then the operator would confirm and say, "Contact dispatch and report that AC 123 front galley door is armed." That's why it takes two to prevent accidents, repairs, and injuries. Working together, we can prevent careless accidents and continue our goal of making Prospect Airport Services the very best in the airline industry.